Hey guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this topic, I wanted to talk to you guys about how the empath avoids the truth. The empath avoids the truth. The reason the truth cannot be avoided, so if you're in this cycle and you're avoiding the truth and you're telling yourself, hey, it's worth it. Hey, at least I get to be in love or be in a serious committed relationship, or at least I don't have to be alone because I'm losing things around me. I'm losing things. I'm losing myself. And when you start to lose yourself, the narcissist knows that, and they know that they are the cause of it. And you avoid the truth as an empath, even though you avoid it. It's literally, like the Get Out movie, and things are just happening repetitively, and you're not pointing the blame at anyone because, not every problem, the narcissist is the cause for it. But you do know that since they've been in your life has went completely to hell. Like things are just happening and you're avoiding it. Avoiding these type of issues, in my opinion, from my experience, what's so diabolical about the situation is that you will tell yourself it was worth it while you're in it, or even when you're grieving the end, you're telling yourself it's worth it, but you're only further, pushing your true feelings about the situation, and you can't see the reality of what they're doing, so you're forgiving them while you're in it. The narcissist almost has this, way about them, this energy, this smirk about them, where they know, the narcissist, told me, they're like, you're never going to be the same after this, because they knew by the time I realized what they were, it would be too late because it already happened. So to them, this is how they get off on what they do. This person, gaslights you. They make you believe that, everything is your fault. Anytime you suspect something, they lie to you in your face. They pull a quick one on you, and you ignore things. So now you start to ignore everything. You will ignore, situations when the narcissist is love bombing you. When things are okay, you will ignore, you will let go of the past. You will clearly see that there's a difference in this person, that they keep changing into different characters every time they come back. Or when you come around them, you can see that there's a disconnection, but yet you ignore it. You want to have them basically perceive you the way you perceive yourself, but they want to make up their own narrative on who you are. So you will prove yourself to this person. You will tell them you're about loyalty. You're telling them everything you want them to know about you, and the narcissist is clearly exploiting it. So one minute, when this person love bombed you, they made you feel as if you can relate to them and you have all these things in common, and you can understand each other's point of views. Now, they're trying to tell you that you're wrong, that the way you look at the world is distorted. Now they're flipping out on you. The empath avoids the truth. If that this person started off, mimicking you, and then now everything that you do they hate, you're avoiding the truth. You're literally avoiding who you are, and now you're focused on them, and it's hard to come back. The empath avoids the truth because anytime things get intense and the narcissist, sees and hears what you want from them, They give you these things and they tell you, I'll give you this, just don't ask me any more questions. And you think you're satisfied with just that, until you start to see that you're missing out on things. They're celebrating behind your back. They're acting like you're not really a big part of their life. They're acting like your voice doesn't matter. And, just when you think it's over, they'll give you what you want. They'll breadcrumb you, and that keeps you avoiding the truth as an empath, because you tell yourself this person is trying. The narcissist feels like they've done more than enough. They feel like you should be grateful that they're in your presence, that they're giving you any type of attention. You get online, you study the narcissist, you read into videos, right, that you feel are useful for you. Meaning that if the narcissist is lying to you about something, you go online and start watching videos about the narcissist lying to you. If that video leads you to another video and you're like, wait, that happened to me, you go back to the narcissist and you test the knowledge that you have, and the narcissist falls into it and confirms to you who they are, because now they discard you, and now when they hoover you, they're treating you worse than before. But while they're coming back to you, love bombing you, even though there's something called a love bomb, when they come back to you, they're like, don't put titles in our relationship. These are just titles. Everyone goes through stuff. So the empath avoids the truth. You're like, okay, everything is happening, but I'm still avoiding the truth. People start telling you the truth. You don't want to hear it. You're like, you don't even know the person I'm with. You've never met them. How could you say such thing? You've never met them. But people are seeing how you're changing. They're seeing that the relationship's not useful. They're seeing your stress. They're seeing that moments where you really need someone, they're the ones there for you, not the narcissist. So they're confused and conflicted, because they might want to help you, but you're just like, just stick around for my pity party, because I want to avoid the truth. And after so many times of talking to someone, you start to see that people get tired of hearing the same thing. So you go to someone else, trying to get empathy from them. And I know that because I felt that way, where I felt like I needed to talk to someone. You need to talk to someone, right? Your body, your spirit, everything in you is telling you, I need to get away from this person. I need someone to help me, and people almost look at you like you're trying to take energy from them. They're like, someone's draining you. You want to come drain mine, and then you want to leave and go back and feed that energy to that monster that you're with. The empath avoids the truth to the point where the empath, starts to fall in their own delusions, and now no one can stop you. No one can take you out of those illusions that the narcissist has created for you. So what happens is that now, with time, the more you wake up, the more you know, the more you go to sleep, because you're in that same situation. So now bad things start happening all the time, and you think you're willing to pay the price for that, until it gets worse. The longer, you lie to yourself, the longer, the deeper you get into believing the lie, to where now the lie, almost seems like the truth. And now it's like no one can tell you that it's the truth, because just like the narcissist gets into character and they can pull out of that character, you pull yourself into that character of ignoring the truth, the signs, and belittling it, that eventually it's right in your face. And by then it's like, you know, you can't understand how you couldn't see it, how you couldn't get out of it. And that's because it wasn't your plan to get in it. You just really wanted what they advertised to you, what they sold you. You really wanted that. So you believe the fantasy and you ignore reality, and then you're in this world where you're like, it doesn't matter what anyone tells me. And it's like, you'll do anything just to get to the narcissist, no matter what. you know you're okay with them coming back and forth. You ignore everything. You lie to yourself and you tell yourself they're not with anyone else. And then when you get proof, you forgive them and you feel like they're not on the same level as me. So the empath ignores the truth time and time again. And then the moment they're back with the narcissist, right, they don't even talk to you. They don't say anything to you. The moment something bad happens, they're like, oh, here I am again. And they're looking at it like we're friends, but we're not supposed to be around each other all the time. We don't have to we have separate lives, basically. But when there's issues every other week, they come back, right? And then if you try to tell them something that's going on with you, they completely ignore you. And then you're like, oh, that's how people can feel when you're only talking about your problems. So as an empath, once you realize that, you silence yourself. You're like, I'm not telling anyone anything, right? So you suppress everything. And when you start to suppress everything, when things are happening, you don't want to face those things. You don't want to even battle with the narcissist. You don't want to accept the reality. You don't want to accept the truth. And you're trying to confine reality to what you feel it should look like or feel like, even though you're living a lie. So the empath tries to avoid the truth. And once you avoid the truth, all you do is hurt yourself. Because now the narcissist comes to a point where they know the truth. And now they're doing things on a greater scale. And when you avoid these type of people, they'll come back. They'll play the same game with you again. The love bomb, it's fake. But they're trying to see if you're willing to open that door. And you open that door because of a little thing you call love, right? But you don't want to accept the truth to the point where the narcissist doesn't even have to explain themselves anymore. You're like, there's no point on arguing with this person. They're not going to admit to anything. And even if they do, they're not going to be remorseful. And even if they pretend to be remorseful, I know it's fake. So then the narcissist feels like, if when I'm love bombing you, it's fake, you're going to get less love bombing. You're going to get less love. And it's on you. It's your fault. You made it this way. You made it this way because if you know what's going on, you should have just kept your mouth shut. That's how the narcissist views it. So when you have deep feelings and emotions for this person to the point where now you've invested everything and you thought that putting them first wasn't going to affect anything else in your world, you're like, those things will always be there. It's like thinking someone's always going to be there, and then you get a call later on that night and that person's gone. So you're thinking you can look back, and by the time you have clear vision to see what's going on, those things aren't there anymore. And then you don't want to accept that those things aren't there anymore, and you stay with the narcissist. You take these people back. You're still trying to find the right videos, the right words to say to where it's fitting your description, your narrative at that time when you need to walk away. So now you're experiencing a nightmare, and you're going through others' experiences, and you're like, did you go through this nightmare too? And people are telling you, yes, run. You can get a disease. I know people that have diseases. I know people that, have got, cancer, dealing with these people, jail, all type of things. It just gets worse. Homelessness. It just gets worse and worse. And when the narcissist isn't around, you have to face those things by yourself. So you avoided everything. You avoided the information you were learning. You avoided certain videos that you didn't want to watch because you said, I can't relate to that right now. The narcissist doesn't do that. And you don't know that they do because you don't know who you're dealing with. But in your mind, you're like, I don't want to, I want to avoid that subject when it comes to the narcissist triangulating me with another person because I don't want to believe that they're doing that. So I'll watch any other video but the video about triangulation because that doesn't concern me. I haven't actually seen it with my own eyes. Everything else is accurate. So the more information you know and the more stuff you try to avoid as an empath, the more it's going to pop up in your face. And when it's looking at you in your face, if you keep trying to avoid it, now you're going to see it where it's just inevitable for it. It's just not going to happen. You're going to be forced to see these things in the narcissist, and the narcissist will show you. They will show you everything. They will show you who they are. They will tell you. And you're like, what about everything? What about our life? What about our life together? And the narcissist is like, you already knew what was going on. You just didn't think I was really going to walk out or step out, or you just didn't know I would take it this far, but you knew it was coming. You were just avoiding it. People told you what to do, but you thought you knew everything. You thought you had all the answers. You think you know me better than I know myself. You think you know me as this evil guy or whatever your perception is, this evil woman. You think you know me. So, why does it seem like you don't know yourself? You're avoiding yourself. So you're the only one to blame. And whatever you choose to do after, it's your choice, free will, remember? So you'll look around and it's like you're in an empty house that the narcissist brought you and locked you in, and then they left you in this box, and you're like, oh, they trapped me, they put me in the bottle, and the genie just left. It's like a horrible place to be in if you're avoiding stuff as an empath. And that's another thing, is that when you avoid things get worse. People's patience, people's respect, people's love changes, and bad things start to happen, and then you avoid those things and you just get angry, and you start acting irrational in the eyes of others, and people will start to view you as the narcissist because you're avoiding everything the narcissist is doing. You're going through with their plan. You're accepting their plan. This is why when you start exposing them or saying things to the people around them, they get angry because you're exposing them. So I hope that this message, you guys, was helpful. I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, peace, and your healing. If you guys want to book a session with me, my booking information is on the description. Just give me about 24 hours to respond to you. And if you guys are new to this podcast and you guys enjoyed this and many more, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.